Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be building my new PC. Yes, I'm really excited for this and because this is going to be my dream setup. My dream setup is finally going to get completed. This is going to be a two-part video. Well, that's what I thought it was going to be, but I realized it's going to be way too long of a series, so I just decided to put all of it in one video. So here you go. Today's video is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to be building my entire PC out. I've got a completely new lineup of parts over here around me right now, just scattered across the room. So I'll be introducing the parts one by one as we go through the build. So for starters, I think I'm going to just start with my processor. It's the Ryzen 9 7950X. 16 cores, 32 threads. I think this is a solid performer in games and in multi-thread performances. It's going to be a really good processor for my content creation as well as my gaming. I could have gone for a slightly better gaming chip, or something like the 7800X3D, but I want to stick to Ryzen 9 7950X because the 16 cores just gives much better multi-thread performance. It's going to help you with my content creation as well. So yeah, this is the rationale behind getting this processor. I think it's going to be a solid performer and it's going to help me out for the next a lot of years to come actually. This will be going on to this motherboard. This is the B650M MS from MSI. This is the Project Zero board. So all the connectors, all the power connectors and all the headers are going to be at the backside of the motherboard. So none of the cables will be seen in front. So the build is going to look much more cleaner. Yes, I have got a case which supports Project Zero motherboard as well, which I'll be showing you later. To add to this, there will be G.Skill Trident Z 32GB RAM. This is a 6000 MHz kit with a 32 CAS latency. This is the RGB Trident Z Neo, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's the Trident Z Neo 32GB kit. It's a 16x2 kit. And for storage, for starters, I'll be going with this. It's a WD-SN770 PCIe Gen 4 2TB drive. So, as you know, in my current PC, I have three drives. One is my 250GB SSD, which is my boot drive, and a 2TB drive, which is for my games, and another 4TB drive, which is for all my footage and everything which I store. So, I'm going to be changing that up. I'm going to be using only the 4TB drive from my previous PC, and then this 2TB drive is going to be my boot drive as well as my games drive, and all my other softwares as well. So, while I'm editing, I'm going to be moving all my footage onto this, edit it, and then move it back onto my hard drive as well. So. And I think I should introduce this now as well for the cooler. So since the Ryzen 9 7950X gets pretty hot under load, we need a really good cooler for that as well. So I've got the Cooler Master ML360 Atmos. It's a 360 mil radiator, completely liquid cooled, and I think it's going to be a solid performer for my Ryzen 9 here. So let's start putting all these parts together and then I'll reveal some of the other parts. Okay, so I haven't exactly unboxed any of my parts over here, so I'm just going to be doing it right now in front of you guys on the camera. So to begin with, I'm just going to be opening the box of my... It's kind of tough building a PC with a camera in my hand, so I hope it goes fine. So okay, that's open. Sorry if I'm really bad at camera operating over here because I haven't really done this before. So there it is. The Ryzen focus, come on, focus. Yeah, there it is. The Ryzen 9 7950X, and they've given a sticker with it as well, which I'm going to be putting in my PC for sure. And yeah, I think that's about it in this, right? So these processors do not come with any cooler or anything, unlike the old 5000 series processors. These do not come with any cooler. So here it is. I've got the processor out of the box. Now I'm going to be opening this. Okay, I have to get the camera back up now. So yeah, as you can see in front of you, this is the motherboard B650M. Yes, this is a micro ATX board. This is not a normal ATX board, which means we're going on a slightly smaller form factor of case. Actually, I don't know if it's small or not. Anyways, so this is the new AM5 socket here, where the processor is going to go. There are two M.2 slots on this. One of them is routed towards PCIe Gen 5. We're going to be using that for Gen 4 because we don't have a Gen 5 drive either. So I think it's going to be fine. We have a by 16 We have a complete by 16 slot over here as well, and then a nice heatsink, silver-based heatsink on this to dissipate all the heat. We have 4 DIMM slots for DDR5 RAM. Yes, we're going to be upgrading to DDR5 as well. And as you can see, the board in general has a really nice, like a silver and black accent going, so which I really like. So at the back we have a lot of USB ports over here. I see 2 USB 2 ports, and then 1, 2, 3 USB 3 ports. Those are Gen 1s, and these are 2 Gen 2 ports. So a lot of good connectivity. We have a flash BIOS button as well at the back. Focus, yeah, that's better. And we have a clear CMOS button as well with Wi-Fi 6 as well on the back. So it's going to be a good board, completely solid, going to support me for a very long time, and I have absolute faith in this. So now let's get building with it. So I'm going to be sending the processor in. Apologies about my hand. Yes, and it's perfectly slotted in there. And I just put this down. And ideally, this socket cover should pop out on its own. There you go. Perfect. It's perfectly slotted in. And it's done. That's it. That was simple and easy. Yeah, that's perfectly slotted in. So when you're installing the RAM, what you have to be careful is about this little notch. You see this? So this notch is not perfectly in the middle. So if you don't align it properly, you might break your RAM sticks. So just look where you're installing and then do it. If you remember from my previous PC, I did not have an RGB RAM stick. This time we have got that as well. So I hope it's going to be slightly better on aesthetics as well. Perfect. Okay, so I've got the brackets installed on this. Now I just have to put the thermal paste, which is not pre-applied in this. I have to use thermal paste from this, which came with the cooler. So I'm just going to add a pea-sliced blob on this. That's about it. That's all you need. That's all this processor needs to cool. I mean, not to cool, at least to support cooling. So now I'm just gonna sit and get the water block onto the piece on the motherboard itself. So this is the case which I'm going to be using. Not much small, is it? Yes, I know but let's see. It's slightly smaller than my older case actually. It's wider definitely, but it's in height, it's much smaller, and length as well, so it should be fine. Okay, so I've got the motherboard installed and I've put the radiator on top as well, as you can see. And I have backup fans which I'm going to add to this later. But for now, I'm going to be adding the PSU now. So the power supply is a Corsair RM850E. It's the new power supply lineup from Corsair. Actually, the RM1 is the old one, but the RME versions are the new ones, which support PCIe Gen 5 as well. So I'm just going to go fetch that now. Yeah, so this is the power supply which is going to be going in. It's a fully modular power supply, so I'll have to do less cable management as well with these. So yeah, let's get this in. Okay, so after an hour of putting these fans together and cable management, and after possibly doing the worst cable management I've ever done, it's finally time for the final part of the build. Yes, it's the GPU, and for the GPU, it's very weird to me that every time I plan on buying an AMD GPU, I always end up with an NVIDIA GPU. Like last time I went out to buy a 6700 XT and I came back home with a 3780 Ti. This time I went to buy 7900 XT and I came back home with this. Yeah, it's the NVIDIA MSI RTX 4080 Super. Solid card, 4K, very good performance on 4K gaming, on 1440p gaming with on pure rasterization and ray tracing and DLSS 3. So it's going to be a very solid card. This is the Slim edition. They call it Slim, but it's still 3 slots wide, which is kind of insane. I have no idea how this is going to fit in this, but I think it's good. It's gigantic. Yeah, that's all I know for a fact that this card is huge. So let's take this out of the box now. Okay, we're straight. I'm looking straight at the GPU. So they have given a sag bracket with it, which I am surely going to use because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of sag in the GPU.
Well, to be honest, after the build I realized that the GPU does not sag at all, it's perfectly straight.
Like this. So let's see. As you can see, this gigantic brick. Okay, let's get rid of the dots first. This is the size of the GPU, as you can see. Not sure if it will fit in vertical mounting. I think I have to horizontally mount it only, so yeah, you can see the size of this compared to the case. It's that big. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
At this moment, I was really scared. I thought I broke my GPU, but I was really nervous during the test boot, but everything is fine and it's working fine, okay? So after the little GPU incident, I actually forgot to record the test boot because I was so nervous. So now you're gonna see a video from 2 weeks later where I'm actually booting the PC, and that's where I'm finishing the rest of the video.
2 weeks later.
Hey guys, I'm back at home now, and it's a couple of days after I built the PC, actually 2 weeks to be honest. There's a lot of renovation going on in my house, and even my rooms, I've shifted my room from the middle one to the last one, and I know none of you know my house, so it's fine. Now I'm going to be setting up my PC here. Okay, so as you can see, I've moved the desk to this room now. So I'm going to be setting up my entire setup here, and I'm going to be switching the camera in a bit so you guys can see it better. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my table and chair out here already, and I was doing some work yesterday on my Mac. Anyway, so now I'm gonna get my PC up here. So my PC is gonna be there as usual, and my monitor in the front. And I've got a power supply which is gonna stay right down there because of the irregular power cuts over here. And I don't want my PC crashing or getting damaged in any way because of those irregular power supplies. So the UPS is going to go down there with my PC on top and my monitor in the middle, and I'm going to make a time lapse of all the build, and I'll show you after that. Okay, so I'm shooting on my phone, so please forgive the camera and everything. But so since you guys didn't see it boot up last time, I'm going to boot it up right now so that you can see how the final PC looks. As you can see, I have used only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those fans from the new pack. That is the 2 in the back, the 2 in the front, and 3 at the bottom. The remaining 3 top fans are from the cooler itself, and I still have 2 more extra fans left. I might use it in the future, although I have space only left for 1 more fan at the back, so that's just gonna be it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna boot it up and hope you guys can see. Since I had a new drive installed, it took a second for the RGB to settle, but yeah, this is how the final build looks. I've set it on a slightly lighter white shade, kind of like a grey, because it matches kind of the silver accents on the motherboard as well, and I think it looks pretty good, and I might put it on the brighter white as well because even that looks good. So yeah, this is the final build, and now I'll be finishing the complete setup over here. So as you can see, the case is slightly wider than the last one. Of course, it's shorter. The older one was somewhat like this tall, but it's but only this much wide, so it's almost like this much wider from the previous one. But it's not that big, to be very fair. I know it looked like really big when I was building it back in the office, but now it looks pretty fine on the desk actually, and I'm pretty satisfied with that as well. Okay, so I finally finished my setup completely. It's done. This is how it's gonna look, except there is one shelf which is gonna come on top over here, and that's gonna be put up later on, so I'm not very concerned about that right now. And I've got that UPS unit down there ready for use as well, and my PC is connected directly to that. And I've done a lot of cable management this time, and I think this is some of the best cable management I've ever done. I don't think you can exactly see any cable out in front except that one charger which is of my iPad. So apart from that, I think this looks pretty good, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm just gonna put a montage at the end of this. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time.